eulogy. They're talking bills with hops and barley. Beer on tap, wearing Bill's caps. Bill's Mafia, table's about to snap. Tap the keg suits and combos start to flow. From Orchard Park to the studio. PBR, Natty Light and more to low. And every Josh Allen throw, it's beers and Buffalo. Beers and Buffalo, that's the show. Talking touchdowns and that bitter goal. Moving those chains with each first down game. Drinking away that white right pain. It's the Beers and Buffalo show.
And we're live. Beers and Buffalo podcast, season 7, episode 20. Back at it again for week 17 of the NFL. And we had some technical difficulties as per usual on the show. And that was the wrong intro, and I just remembered it. And that's why it said 2 minutes and not 15 seconds.
And you also forgot to get the beer ready.
And I forgot to get the beer ready. We're all over the place.
That's what we get for trying to do it 2 o'clock start time. And your dog is licking me, and I can't stand that.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, man. Yeah, we're back at it again. You know, after a nice Bills win, a little uncomfortable win. I thought the Bills should have won like 40-10. That was my prediction last week. Obviously, that didn't. It obviously didn't come to fruition. So, but we'll take what we can get. A win's a win at this point. As you're cracking beers over there, getting some glasses. No frosty mugs.
No frosty mugs today.
That's all right. At least we have the beer. What did you bring us this week? This looks fun. This looks very festive.
Oh, man. It was. Hold on. Let me make sure you're in the camera. Everybody's in the camera.
Yeah, look, it looks good. Extra lighting back there from the natural daylight, too. It looks nice.
This is true. All right, just getting my notes and stuff. Definitely a little sloppy this week, but that's all right. Tried to get you guys a Christmas theme song intro for this Christmas Eve episode here. Shout out to Rink for creating that for me, scurrying to try to send it before our 2 o'clock show. I should have known better. He got me the MP3. I tried to upload it as our intro, and OBS doesn't want to cooperate as usual, so I'll have to figure out that. And then I raced to try to find my normal intro and then put in the full song instead of the intro clip. So forgot to pour the beers. You poured a crazy beer.
I feel like I didn't put anything in there. All of a sudden, it's just foam. I don't even have half the beer in there yet.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah. Joe Down wants to know where your Christmas outfit is.
Yeah, man, that's probably the last thing I'm worried about right now. I just hope this episode doesn't mess up. Dude, this beer is just foam. I barely.
That's what I'm saying. I barely poured this.
We might be talking for a little bit before we even take a sip.
Bro, you can't even.
Oh, my goodness. Dude, yours. I think I might have beat you. Maybe. Dude, that's crazy.
And I don't have good bad pours like you do, so we know it's the beer.
It's definitely the beer. Yeah, it's probably just the type of beer. You got to let this sit for fucking 45 minutes.
I know,
Jesus.
Right? We might be able to drink this before the end of the podcast at this point.
Okay, here we go. Come on. Nope.
Oh, you're spilling. You're spilling.
Nope.
Why are you moving it around? Just left it on the.
No spillage. Come on. I got like just a little. Come on. I got one more. One more fucking pour, dude.
We are
whatever. That thing is.
We are a little sloppy today.
That's all right. We didn't. I know we didn't even start drinking early. Well, we are, but we haven't started drinking before this. You would think.
I did my annual shot after work with all the coworkers. So.
All right, let me get this up on the screen here for everybody. Saint Bernardus. Hold on. Here we go. St. Bernardus Christmas Ale. Ended up picking this thing up. This is an actual import from Belgium. I picked this up in Canada when I was there about a month ago, maybe a couple months ago. I went with a buddy. We went to the LBCO, their Liquor Board Control of Ontario stores, and everything's kind of a state run as far as liquor and beer, I think. And they had this in their beer aisle with all their other imports. This St. Bernardus is one of his favorite breweries, and he usually goes to Canada to get it because it's a lot cheaper. I think these bottles, so these Christmas ones, and I even picked up some non-holiday ones, were around like $2.50 a bottle. They're a little less than 12 ounces because it's some weird like European measurement or whatever. I don't know, 330 milliliters by, that's alcohol. I don't know, man. Where is it? 11.2 fluid ounces. So yeah, it's... Yeah.
A standard beer is 355 milliliters.
Okay, so we're just missing a standard beer. But anyways, pick these up in Canada. They're a lot cheaper. This same beer, I think you can get at Wegmans. It's like $8 or $9 a beer, dude.
That's insane.
So it's like almost 5x the price. So,
well, the one beer I wanted to get a couple weeks ago, I didn't have time. I didn't go in time to get it cold, or to go get it and then put it in the fridge to get it cold before the podcast. It was $28 for a 4-pack. I was like, yeah, it was like almost $10 a beer, or well, less than $10 a beer, but
yeah, this one, and we had we did a Christmas ale last week, and it was like 6.5%. This is a 10%er, dude. A
10%er, so a little bit less than a normal beer, and we're getting more alcohol than normal. Cecilia says hello.
Hi, Cece. Yeah, this one's gonna probably pack a punch. Now, again, pretty different flavor profile than what we are used to drinking on the podcast. This one, I've had a couple of their other beers this past week just to try to sample them out. I don't think this is going to taste like what I've had because I started with their lighter offerings. One was like a 4.5%. The other one was an 8, but they were more Belgian wheat style, kind of like a Blue Moon. This being a Christmas ale, probably going to be a darker flavor profile, kind of like what we've been experimenting in the last couple weeks here. I don't know if you want to try it. Yeah, we still got a big head on it, but
we still got to talk about some stuff anyway.
Yeah,
so
no.
let's just
Cheers.
pop through the foam. It was very Christmassy.
Oh yeah,
a lot of flavors, a lot of different flavors all at once. It's good.
The bottle says full slight flavor, winter zesty seasonal aromas. Caramel, fire roasted chestnuts, yeah. Dried fruits, chocolate. I'm getting chocolate on it a little bit as well. Definitely like darker fruits, chocolate, a little bit of caramel on there. Yeah. That's a really good beer. It doesn't drink 10% either. It might drink 10% after I finish it.
Yeah.
At this point, it's not drinking 10%.
We'll probably realize this will be 10% when we're done. So
absolutely. All right, let's get into some Bills talk here. Because we'll probably have a long episode this week. Last week we almost pushed 2 hours.
I know, that was crazy.
We'll see what we get through this week. All right. Well, the Bills faced off against Cleveland last week, defeating the Browns 23-20. A closer game than I would have liked. I think a lot of people would have liked. I thought, we could go in there, manhandle this team that's kind of been on the down. Rookie quarterback who's only started, I think this is his third game starting. I thought,
fifth game.
It's his fifth game starting?
Yeah, they were against the Bills. He was 1-3 going in against the Bills.
I thought it was only his third game starting.
No, he won his first game and then went on a nice skip.
Okay, well, thought we would easily take care of the Browns and Shedeur Sanders, but that wasn't the case. Cleveland starts off with the ball, their opening drive. Shedeur moves downfield, looked effortlessly, looked like our defense, like Swiss cheese, like it has in every first half. They hit Harold Fannin on a 13-yard play for a touchdown. We answered back in under 3 minutes on a 5-play drive thanks to James Cook, 44-yard touchdown run, tied the game in the first quarter. Cook finished 16 for 117 and 2 rushing in this game.
Love it.
Carried the team, basically. That'll be the kind of the theme of this game here. Josh really didn't do too much or have to do too much. A lot of run heavy. Mm-hmm. We did utilize all the running backs in this as well. Buffalo territory. Sanders threw a high pass behind Quidshaw Judkins. Deflected, intercepted by Jordan Poyer. Gave Josh another late chance. And Cook led all running backs in this one. He was using all 3 running backs, like I said earlier. Ty Johnson ended up getting in the end zone. Ray Davis has been effective on kick returns as well. So kudos to him for helping on the special teams. And of course, James Cook. On that drive, he hit tight end Jackson Hawes for 18 yards. Everybody getting involved. I like this where we're still spreading the ball out on offense, but the running backs kind of were the theme of this game.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I like that the running backs are the main focal point right now because that's been effective. That's been working. I think that I saw the Bills are 11-1 when James Cook has over 100 scrimmage yards, and we're like 1-3 when he has under 100 scrimmage yards.
Right.
So I like what we're seeing from our offense with these running backs. Like you said, getting the ball spread out is huge. You got to keep everybody involved. You don't want to make it a one-man show. I mean, when it comes to the wide receivers or tight ends at this point.
Yeah. So, yeah, Johnson gets in. We missed the extra point. Remember, we don't have Prater in this game. Badgley misses the extra point. 13-7. Bills. Cleveland gets a field goal. We answer back. James Cook gets his second rushing touchdown of the first half. And then not much would really happen with either teams going from that point on in the final 2 minutes. A couple punts there. We got a little lucky at the end of the half. If you remember, Josh getting sacked for 22 yards.
Yeah.
Myles Garrett and Alex Wright combined on the sack. They pin him basically on the goal line. I don't know how that wasn't a safety. I understand his arm was out of the end zone, but like it was a miracle that they didn't call safety on that play, because it could have been another turning point in the game where they get two more. They were down by 3 at that, so it would have been a 1-point game with them getting the ball back with like a minute to go, so they could have put more points up even. I don't know. Pretty sloppy on us. I hate how Josh looks so good at sometimes. And that's like, again, we talked about this before, the bonehead rookie Josh Allen mistakes. You can't be taking a 22-yard sack, dude, on the goal line.
Yeah, you got to throw the ball away, man. I know he's good with scrambling and getting his legs underneath him and taking off or extending plays. But at some point, you got to realize you're back 15 yards from where you started. Just throw the fucking ball away, because that was, like you said, that was a bonehead play, and that could have cost us, 2 points and made that even closer of a game.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, it wasn't a 3-point game. I was looking up. It would have been, it was 20-10 at that point, so it would have been an 8-point game.
Yeah, one-score game though.
One-score game. So we go in the half with a 10-point lead. Third quarter, minimal action from the Buffalo offense, but defense continued to shine, forcing another deflection, interception off of Sanders. Bosa managed to get his hands up as Sanders released the ball. Daquan Jones grabbed the tip pass, kind of mirroring what happened with Poyer's pick earlier in the game. And then the Bills capitalized on the turnover, 41-yard field goal, extending it to 23-10. So at this point, we're still in control of the game. It's 23-10. Allen in this game only went 12 of 19, $130. He only had 17 on the ground. So again, and our leading receiver had 36 yards, I think, with Shakir on 4 catches. So it was, ground and pound, run the clock out, control the ball, and win the turnover battle, which is what the Bills have been capitalizing on, I think, as of recently in this 4-game win streak. Yeah,
I totally agree with what you just said. And I just realized we didn't rate our beers. We're a fucking mess today, dude.
I was so upset about this podcast starting late and the intro's not working that it just whatever. We're just winging it, I think, at this point. I'm gonna give this thing. I'm gonna give it an 8.2. I liked it a lot.
I was gonna give it a 7.8. So I was like, oh yeah, we didn't rate this.
Look at this. I had it ready to go here. Christmas. Technically, it's a Belgian ale. I did look this up. Now it's all coming back because I wrote all this shit earlier. A quadruple, which is anywhere between, I think, like 9 or 8 and like 14% is what they consider that. Going with the 8.2, Jeff.
Yeah, I went 7.8. I don't think there's been one beer that I've rated high. Oh, there's one. The cranberry orange. That was good.
Which one?
The cranberry orange wheat ale. That's the only one that I've rated higher than you all year.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. Oh, there's one.
There's one. The other half, risotto.
A hazy IPA, though.
That was good. That was
very good.
Sweet. All right. So, 8.2, 7.8, rated the beers. There we go. Back at it. Buffalo's, I know, right? So,
my bad.
No, you're good. The offense continued to struggle second half. Defense remained reliable, like I just said. Greg Rousseau delivering. He had a good performance this game. 2.5 sacks, a combined loss of 19 yards. He had 3 tackles on the game. One of his key sacks just came as the Browns were narrowing the score 23-20. Like I said, I mean, we looked like we were in control of this game. They end up getting 10 more points unanswered on us, make it a 3-point game. Rousseau and Poyer combined for a half a sack, pushing Cleveland back to their own 15. And then the next play, Rousseau brought down Sanders by the ankles near the end zone, but he released the ball before him being down. They ruled it a intentional grounding, and unfortunately, they had to punt the ball. They run out of timeouts. Josh Allen picks up the 3rd and 1, and we're able to go victory formation, win the game 23-20. That was ball game.
The fact that it was
20-10
at the half, and we only put up 3 points in the second half against the Browns, it's like they make me nervous because, like I've been saying, this is the year they have like not a clear path, but they don't have Mahomes in the playoffs. They don't have Burrow in the playoffs. They probably won't have Lamar in the playoffs. And here we are. We're out here struggling against the Browns. Like, I get it. Get to the playoffs. It's a whole different scenario, a whole different ball game. But it's just like, I want to see what the Bills can do offensively because we know the defense is going to be trash. We watched them, give up that drive against the Browns right off the bat, score 7 points like it was nothing.
Right.
But I'd like to see the offense just be like, hey, we're just going to keep scoring. We're just going to do what we want. Like, we're going to score at will. And your dog won't stop licking me again.
Mackie.
Holy smokes.
Let's see. How do we do here? I'm looking at the team stats for that game. How do we do on our not turnovers, our time of possession? 24-35, dude. The Browns outheld the ball on us here by almost 11 minutes. And we won by 3. Penalties were about even, 5 and 5. Rushing yards were still even. Judkins did go out in this game with a pretty bad injury. I think it was an ankle injury. He's out for the season. That's a big loss for them, too, because obviously our weak point is our rushing defense. So I think them losing Judkins kind of hurt them. Although without him, they still only lost by 3. I can only imagine if he played the whole game at this point. I'm thinking we dropped one to Cleveland.
Another miracle ball. Another miracle game from Josh Allen in the second half.
And he wasn't playing miracle ball the entire game, so he would have had to turn it on just to turn it on at that point. Yeah. Like I said, Shakir led all receivers, 4 catches, 36 yards. I think our next highest receiver was like Jackson Hawes with like 20-something. So also, this was a game, again, where Keon Coleman was a healthy scratch.
Yeah, I didn't notice that until halfway through the game. I think you texted me and said, Keon Coleman. I said, that doesn't make any sense.
I didn't notice.
Gabe Davis, both of them were healthy scratches.
They announced it, I think, at some point. That's when I texted you because I didn't even notice it either until the announcer said something. But another game without Keon.
Does that say something about Keon Coleman when we don't even notice that he's not on the field until the announcer's like, he's not even playing? It's like, oh, yeah. Keon.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I
thought this guy was going to be
he hasn't done anything this year.
Maker. I'm not saying wide receiver 1, but I thought he was going to be a difference maker at least. But he's
Puka Nacua in one game had like more than half of this guy's stats for the season. So like, yeah, man, it's, I think it does say something. It says that this guy might just be a bust at this point. Unfortunately, I need one more touchdown from him before the end of the year. So he's got 2 games to do it for my future to hit because I bet him to get 5 touchdowns and he's at 4. And he's been at 4 for 6 weeks. You think he would just get a fucking touchdown at this point, but
maybe he'll get lucky, get a garbage time.
Last week of the season, yeah. We'll hope so. Garrett only had 1 tackle and that half a sack. I think he needs a half a sack now to tie the record.
Yeah, he's at 22 even now, so he needs a full sack to
break it in half to tie it.
Yeah, and he was hoping to get it done before the season goes on because he wanted to do it in less games than everybody else. So.
Right. I'm surprised we did a good job, I guess, because I mean, I remember the sack, but that was the only time really they called his name all game. Yeah. So we did a pretty good job of containing the best pass rusher in the NFL. That was our first win in Cleveland since 2012.
No shit. I did not know that.
13 years.
Wow.
13 years we haven't won in Cleveland. That's bad, dude.
It's crazy to think that too because we've been a good team for at least 8. So I mean, I don't know how often we play Cleveland. I feel like it's got to be at least once.
I thought it was more than that.
Once a year, every other year, maybe 2 years at most.
Well, I'll have to go look after the show to see what that was because I feel like when we do play them, we probably did lose the last time we did, but before that, I feel like we had to sneak 1 in there in the last 13 years,
that's
right?
What I'm saying, like we've been good. Too.
They must have just been all home games that I'm remembering that we win. So
yeah, I don't remember Cleveland coming to Buffalo.
This is. Okay, Bills win at least 11 games in 6 consecutive seasons. That's good.
Yeah,
I remember double-digit wins are always appreciated. I remember when we were going, 8-8 every year, 7-9.
Yep.
Yeah,
those days sucked.
Those were terrible. So 6 years in a row of 11 wins is crazy.
Take this for granted. We went through a 17-year drought where we didn't see the playoffs. And I went like half my life without the Bills being in the playoffs at one point.
Yeah.
And now it's just like, all right, I can get used to this. This is nice, I just don't take it for granted, even though it's like I kind of do because it's like we got to at least get to the Super Bowl with Josh Allen.
We're spoiled now. That's the thing.
Well, we've got Josh Allen. It's not like we just have some random quarterbacks.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. We're spoiled.
We're not the Steelers. We're not going through. They're making playoffs every year. They're one and done, or they win one playoff game and they're out. They've done. Mike Tomlin's done that for 19
We're
years.
competitive in those games for the most part, and we look better. That's the thing.
I just wish that we would do more with Josh Allen at this point.
Yeah, I guess it's not how you look, but it's how you finish, anyways. But still, I wouldn't compare us to the Steelers at this point, especially since the Josh Allen reign is. That's where I'm saying.
Well, that's what I mean. We have Josh Allen. We should be doing more than the Steelers.
Exactly.
We've only been to 2 AFC Championship games with Josh Allen.
When you got to go through Patrick Mahomes every year, it's tough.
And that's where I keep going back to. There's no Patrick Mahomes this year.
Yeah.
There's no Joe Burrow in the playoffs, and there's probably no Lamar this year. Those are the three. Only 2 of them have actually knocked Josh out of the playoffs. So now Josh has nobody in front of him that's knocked him out of the playoffs before that has better competition than him. And going into playoffs, he's probably going to be the best AFC quarterback.
Oh yeah, for sure. Rousseau, 5 sacks in the last 4 games. I'm sorry, 5+ sacks in 4 consecutive seasons. I'm saying.
Oh, nice.
I was going to say that's a lot of sacks. I didn't realize that. And then the Bills are 26-4 in December, January regular season games since 2020. So we do play good at the end of the season. Hopefully we can continue this stretch here and win 2 more, win them out here, and have a nice 6-game win streak going into the playoffs, regardless of seeding and how the division goes here. We talked about that with the seeding earlier this week, or was that yesterday? Was that yesterday when I was texting you about the potential outcomes?
Yeah, we were trying to figure that out. Basically, the Patriots do have to lose both their last games.
Okay.
So
I figured they only have to lose one.
They have to lose both.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
So
and they should have fucking lost to the Ravens.
Yeah, we'll talk about that Ravens game. But another thing I wanted to add before we move on to next week's game is Buffalo playing down to their opponents. This shit can't happen, especially at the end of the season here going into playoffs. This is a game you should go in there and dominate this team. The Tampa Bay game was a shootout. The Bengals game, we had to come back, and it was also a shootout. And the Patriots game, we had to come back and claw our way back. And although I think the Patriots are better than the Browns, you can't go in the hole early. You can't expect to always have to come back in the second half. And in this game where we started off a little bit better, you can't fall flat. It's about playing consistent football for 4 quarters.
That's what kind of drove me nuts. It was like, okay, we didn't fall behind to the Browns, other than that first touchdown, which I don't count first possession because when they're starting with the ball, you can't do much.
No.
But then it's like, all right, you're up 20 or you're up 20-10 going into the half. It's like, all right, they should at least score another 20 points minimum in the second quarter. Or the second half. That was my assumption. Excuse me. And then they come out and they're like, here's a field goal to finish the game, 23-20. Like, I had to sweat the last half of that game because they were like, they let the Browns back in it.
Yeah, I mean,
the Browns outscored them in the second half.
It was another game being, kind of stressful watching it because you're expecting more out of the offense. And as good as Cook looked, Josh really didn't do anything. There were no big plays by him. He didn't use his legs as much,
which is nice when he doesn't have to do that.
But I'd like to see a couple plays out, a couple flashy plays here and there, make a big throw,
something.
And because that's again, kudos to the Browns defense for maybe holding our receivers in check. The pass rush was good enough to hold Josh contained for the game, but. I saw Shavers out there a few times. I texted you. I want to see him getting more involved. If you're going to be healthy scratching Coleman, Shavers has got to be next man up here. Like, I get it. You got Palmer back, and we both like Josh Palmer this year, but I want to see the young guy get some more reps here because it seems like when he has the opportunity, he does make the most of it, but I just don't feel like the passing game was really in play this game. Just was like, hey, we'll just lean on James Cook, and he carried us to the promised land. That's what it was.
Unfortunately, that's not going to be sustainable. And
you're going to go against better teams. You're going against teams that
better defenses.
You've played at least. Yeah. If we play the Patriots, they've seen us twice already. They should be ready for what we have, and we should be ready for what they have. So I'd imagine that's going to be a 3-point game either way. If we do end up playing the Patriots in the playoffs. It's gonna be tough, man. Like you said, no Burrow, no Lamar, and no Mahomes, but like. You might have to play a divisional opponent in Drake May, and as little experience as he has, it's still going to be scary because that's 3 times in the same year. It's hard, going against that same team 3 times.
Dolphins a couple of years ago in the playoffs.
Yep, and those are chippy games, man. Mm-hmm. Those are real chippy games. Bo Nix, we beat him last year. You're not going to think if we have to play him in the first round that he's going to want revenge. Like, these aren't going to be easy games. The Texans already beat us once. We got to play them in the playoffs. They're ready for revenge. Like. all these things, even the Steelers, like, and we'll talk about that too. They beat the fucking Lions this past week. Nobody had that on their bingo card. That's another team that the Bills beat that you can't take for granted in the playoffs, because you want to talk about experience. Nobody else has got more experience than Aaron Rodgers. Right. So it's only one game here, right? It only takes one game, one slip up, and we could lose 17-20 to the Steelers, and then that looks like shit. So you can't be taken as easy as I think our path is this year. You can't take any of these teams for granted going in the playoffs. Even though we got 2 more weeks, I'm just getting way ahead of myself. But
yeah, no, I get it. You know, we've clinched a playoff berth thanks to the 49ers beating the Colts, so we're already in the dance. At least I would like to get a higher seeding, hopefully get a home game.
Yeah, we want home games as much as we can.
We're probably not going to win the division unless we get miracles from the Jets and the Dolphins. So
you got to play in Foxborough or Mile High Stadium for a playoff game, and that's going to be tough. Either of those.
Or Jacksonville.
I'll play there.
Yeah,
I'll play at Jacksonville.
Jacksonville's got a good
that's a good team, and they beat Denver, and we both got that wrong, I think.
Yeah,
right?
I didn't pick Jacksonville.
No. And they've been playing very good as of late, but I think them and the Steelers are the 2 teams I wouldn't mind playing. Jacksonville, I mean, that's a warm weather game. I'm fine. Go down there. We'll go to Florida.
Pittsburgh or Jacksonville.
I'll go to Florida.
The wild card.
I'll go to Florida.
Sure.
But I think we would end up hosting them, though, right? Because of record.
Well, they're division leaders.
Oh, they are division leaders.
Jacksonville and Steelers are division leaders right now. Right now we're in the wild card.
So, yeah. I'll go to Jacksonville.
Chargers and Bills.
I'll go to Jacksonville over Pittsburgh.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's get into this next week here. Bills back at home against the former Super Bowl champs, Philadelphia Eagles. Kickoff 4:25 p.m. on Sunday. Weather's looking like a brisk 39 degrees. Chance of rain I saw in the forecast. Bills are 1.5-point favorites. The line is moving, though, because we started off as 3-point favorites. It's close to 1.5, so it's getting closer than people expect. I think that has to do with the Eagles kind of starting to look a little bit better here in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And I think that's about right. I'm fine with that. I think this is the best. This is like the most accurate line I've seen in the last 3 weeks as well.
No, you're right.
We've been getting these crazy numbers. Even the Browns one, we haven't covered. We're not covering these large number games.
I texted you. I'm like, I don't think the Bills have covered a double-digit spread this year, at all. So why we're a 10-point favorite against the Browns when the Browns are home? It's like there's no reason for that, considering the Bills haven't covered one of those spreads.
This is the first time the Bills and the Eagles will play each other since 2023. It's the 5th time since 2011. Recent matchups have favored the Eagles. That close overtime win in 23, and then Buffalo's last victory coming in 2011. The Eagles currently have a 10-5 record and feature a strong defense, solid rushing attack. I wrote that down here somewhere else, but I was going to talk about Saquon Barkley.
That dude is going to have a monster game.
I think so.
I've already predicted that.
So where did I write him? I think overall he's had a quieter year compared to last year, but the last 3 weeks here, he's kind of turned it on. He's had over 120 yards on the ground in 2 of the last 3 games and scored a touchdown in each of those last 3 games. And before that, there were games where he wasn't even getting 50 yards. And I was like, what? What are they doing? What they're not using this guy? Are they saving him for the playoffs? You know, just the usage was down. His even rush attempts were down. Everything was down. So I think he's coming along. Not at a good time for the Bills for Saquon to get hot here, but we will have at least a home field advantage on these last 2 games, and I think we're definitely going to need it against this Eagles team who has gotten hot here late.
Yeah, and as we're previewing this game. His name is Luke. Josh Allen's short game. I would love it if Josh simplified more short down situations, and I completely agree with that.
It seems to be kind of like the deep ball, or if he doesn't get that, he kind of takes off with his legs.
Yeah.
He's not really known as that kind of short to midfield passer. The Bills don't use our receivers in that way, and I've said this before. Other than like these stupid screen passes, which hardly ever fucking work at this point. I can't stand these screen passes. You're right. There's no crossing routes. There's no 5-yard hitch routes. There's no shake and bake for 6 or 7 yards. The route running is atrocious by our receivers, Luke. So as much as I agree, I want to see those short route short route, kind of passes from Josh. Our receiving core has been very lackluster in that department of getting open even, and it's either just a big play or screen pass, it seems like.
But I would rather use the tight ends in that situation, just like the 49ers do with Kittle and the Chiefs do with Kelsey. Those short crossing route patterns is what they're known for. The Patriots did that back in their heyday when they had Gronkowski and Aaron Hernandez, RIP, and I think they had another tight end after Hernandez where they'd use two tight ends. And I've been saying this since the Bills drafted Dalton Kincaid. We've had Dawson Knox under contract. Use both of them. I said the Bills are going to be more like the Patriots were back in the early 2000s or 2010s, whatever it was. And we're going to use these guys short yardage. And then not to mention Khalil Shakir is that guy that should be,
he should be in the
but
we don't have the outside threat that we should have. Like, it should be Shavers and a number one. That is what you need right now, right? You need a la Diggs and a Shavers on the outside, and then Shakir running in the middle. Speaking of tight ends, Kincaid 0 catches on 1 target this past week.
What's going on with
that's another reason why I lost my work league. He started him. I got a goose egg from him. Knox, even though he's been good recently, 1 catch for 10 yards on 2 targets. And then Jackson Hall is 2 for 2. So out of our 3 tight ends, we had 5 targets and 3 catches out of 3 tight ends. Baggy, don't whine. But I agree, though. I want to see some more kind of short yards, some middle, 10-yard play. It just feels like it's like a deep ball or bust or screen pass at this point. And the screen passes really haven't been working, man.
No.
Do something different. The screen pass to the tight end. They're very predictable on their wide receiver screens, it seems like. You see the Chiefs do this all the time with Kelsey with these kind of bubble screens. And it picks up a first down almost every time. They do it a lot on the goal line. It's like a guaranteed touchdown instead of a tush push or a running back dive up the middle. Some of these screen passes, when they're used correctly, will work. I don't know. We haven't seen that kind of success from the Bills offense though.
Yeah, and Luke also said too, would love if Josh Allen watched out Brock Purdy dismantled the Colts. It's one of those things too where they're 2 different offenses. They're 2 different quarterbacks. Kyle Shanahan's calling the offensive plays on the 49ers. He also said Joe Brady has an offensive game plan that needs discussed thoroughly. And I think we've kind of been saying that he's been a one-trick pony the last couple of, the last half of the season here going into it. We need him to do something more than just, like you said, the screenplays, just dump them off or the Hail Mary ball. But I do like that he is utilizing the running backs more because I think that helps Josh. But I agree. I think that goes into not having a true wide receiver 1. Josh Palmer's been inconsistent this year on top of being injured all the time. And then, we keep preaching Keon Coleman needed to do something more than what he's done, and now he's getting punished for it. So you can't count on him. The league figured out about Khalil Shakir because Josh Allen wanted to keep him a secret. And then he popped off a couple years ago, and that's no longer a secret. So now they had to take him seriously. He's not just like that Julian Edelman type anymore.
They need to go and grab a receiver this year. Trade up, get rid of your picks, get a top 10 pick going into a future year here, whether it's this year or next year. But we can't keep getting. And Vinny mentioned this. These like pick 20, pick 30, and these guys aren't turning out to be anybody at this point. Or go on a free agency and grab a somebody or trade for somebody. Yeah.
At this point, we're going to have to trade.
We could have got even Jacoby Myers in the free agency, and we didn't do it this year. So,
and if the rumors are true that Brandon Beane wanted to give up a first-round pick for the 2027 draft for Waddle, but the Dolphins wanted the 2026 first-round draft, that's on Beane at that point because what difference does it make that? That you give up a 2026 first round or a 2027. Either way, it's probably going to be a late round pick.
Trade the picks, man, and get what you need at this point. You need a number 1.
Yeah, Luke says he hasn't given up on Coleman. I haven't either. I just want to see more from Coleman. Obviously,
I don't want to, but I just haven't seen anything.
Exactly.
You got to show some life here, man. But
now it's getting to the point where he's getting benched for games because of his own personal actions off the game. It's not like he's not getting. Was not utilized correctly, obviously, when he's getting played. I would like to see that more. But now he's doing shit off the field, missing meetings, showing up late to meetings. And he's not even getting his own play time to try to correct this at this point. So I don't know what happens. I was high on Keon Coleman going into the season. I had said, he put on a shit ton of muscle. He'd been working on route running this offseason. I said, you know what? I was high on Keon Coleman going into the season. I haven't given up on him either. But I think Keon Coleman isn't helping his own case when he's missing meetings and getting benched for personal reasons.
I'm going to put on the screen here his stats for this season, and this is what I'm talking about. These aren't stats from a number 1. These aren't even stats from a number 5 receiver on the team here. 36 catches, 355 yards, and 4 touchdowns on the season. And if you take away this outlier week 1 game, these stats look fucking atrocious. Yeah. And like I said, Puka Nacua almost beat this without week 1 in 1 game.
I know.
It's crazy. Now I get nobody's Puka Nacua, but I'm just going to show you that's the Rams team with, I get it, Stafford's playing an MVP season here. That's their number 1 versus our pseudo number 1 receiver here. It's not even close, dude. No. And we have Josh Allen, and it's not even close.
Matt Stafford's not a bum, though.
But
Matt Stafford, yeah.
But you get what I'm saying. We have Josh Allen. We have the former MVP, and it's not even close with the receivers, dude. Yeah. So it's scary, man, when you start looking at the numbers here. I really, like I said, I don't want to give up on him either, but
and that's partially on Joe.
Show
Brady
me
for
something.
Not involving him more. Maybe just him and Josh just aren't on the same page.
What came first, the chicken or the egg? You never know who to blame on these things. Sure, is it Brady for the offensive plays? Is it Keon for not being able to get open? Which I do believe it's a mixture of those. I've seen him run routes. He runs a fade route, or it goes deep, or he does it's a jump ball situation in the end zone. Like, he's only got 3 routes. He's not that skilled of a route runner, and they knew that when they drafted him. But you know what he's limited at, so go out and get yourself a guy that was like Diggs to replace Diggs. We got rid of Diggs. Everybody was fine with that decision, including myself, but you have to replace him, though, and we never replaced him.
Well,
we never did.
Kind of like the Sabres up until recently. I said the same thing about it. They got rid of Jeff Skinner. They're like, here, okay, we'll buy out your contract.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to get rid of a top 6 forward who was a perennial 30-goal scorer, and they never replaced him. So it's kind of the same thing with Diggs. And I liked last year's everybody eats mantra because it worked. It's not working this year. This year, for whatever reason, the mantra isn't working. Everybody eats. Nobody's eating at this point.
Nobody's eating.
They're snacking. They're not eating. They're snacking at this point. And the offensive line hasn't been the greatest either this year, which I'm still confused about because
it's the same line.
They were a top 2 offensive line last year, same line, and up until recently they had no injuries. So riddle me that, how the offensive line comes in the same as last year and they get worse. If anything, they should get better. And I don't know who's saying Jalen Hurts is the MVP. That is not happening this year.
Jalen Hurts isn't even. Jalen Hurts might not even be a top 4 in the MVP running this year. He hasn't done anything that looks good.
It's May, it's Allen, and I think there's a case for
Stafford, May, Allen, and
there was a case for Jonathan Taylor at one point because of how he was.
Well, let's just go quarterbacks because it's never going to be a non-quarterback at this point. Stafford, May, Allen. Who else would we throw in there? I really, that's still not. Dude, I'll put Caleb Williams over Hurts at this point. I really don't know. I don't think it's him. I got to start looking at the numbers again, but those are definitely the top 3 there. Maybe Goff. I don't know how he's done this year with his numbers. And I don't know. I possibly at 5. All right, I'll put him at 5 there. If I can't think of anybody, I'll put Hurts at 5. But Herbert might even be better. I don't know, man. Herbert beat him.
Yeah,
they look good doing it.
That's true.
I had a couple more things. I want to get through some of the Eagles game here. Some more points. Our takeaways. Buffalo won 4 games in a row here, right? That ties their 4-game win streak with the start of the season. The differences in those 2 stretches were the takeaways. In the last 4 games, Buffalo's recorded 7 takeaways. That ties 3rd most in the league over that span. In the first 4 games, only 4 takeaways. And the Bills have scored 43 points off of 7 takeaways since week 13, which is the most in the league. That is the key, and we've been talking about this. Like, the defense has been giving up a shit ton of yards. They haven't looked good. It's a bend not break type of defense. You got veterans, which I'll talk about in a second here, on the defense. Trey White, Jordan Poyer. I think they're starting to come together here like the old Bills defenses, because these guys have played together back in the years ago. We started shelving people away here. All right, Trey White, you're washed up. You have injuries. All right, Jordan Poyer, you're 85 years old. All right, Daquan Jones, you're almost 85 years. Like, we're getting rid of these guys, and they came back, right? And these were pieces we talked about. All right, this is going to be a depth piece. Trey White's a depth piece, right? We got Maxwell Hairston. Hairston, I haven't heard his name. I don't think he's been playing well these last few weeks. They've been starting Trey White and Christian Benford now. Maxwell Hairston's just been kind of spelling these guys occasionally, because Taron Johnson's a nickel, so he's now the fourth option. He went from being a 2 to a 4 option real quick. Yeah, man. I mean, and so the veterans here, real quick. Last 2 weeks here, they turned it up. Trey White in his 9th year, Poyer in his 13th year, Daquan Jones in his 12th year, all have recorded interceptions. In addition to that, both Bosa in his 10th year, Jordan Phillips in his 11th year, batted passes that led to the interceptions in the last 3 games. Matt Milano, 9-year veteran, has had the best stretch of games this season in the last 3 weeks than he probably has since he was those first, his rookie and his second year, I want to say. He's recorded 24 tackles, 2 sacks, 3 tackles for losses, and a forced fumble since week 14. The old Milano is back. We were shitting on this guy. He can't stay healthy. And when he did play, he didn't look good. And 24 tackles, 2 sacks, 3 tackles for a loss, and 1 forced fumble in 3 weeks. I'm fine. Start him. He's him now. He's back. Yeah. I think he's back. I don't know, man.
I'm okay with all of that. It's just one of those things. I want to see more from the offense, honestly. I think the defense secondary has picked up this year. We obviously will never be able to stop the run for whatever reason. No. We did get a lot of pieces to stop the run this year. They all got hurt. We'll see what happens next year.
We're still missing Michael Hoyt, dude.
Yeah, Michael Hoyt looked like an absolute unit.
We had him for 1 game.
Yeah, 1.5 games. Dude fucking pops his Achilles. I'm like, I'll give you mine. Just go fucking back out there.
That's because they made him stop taking PEDs, man.
I know. Yeah, right? Or maybe that's why he popped it, because he was taking too many PEDs. He got too strong for it. Oh, man.
Allen is nearing a record. So Allen's 1 touchdown away from being the youngest and fastest NFL player to reach 300 regular season touchdowns. Through 15 weeks of play, he's posted career highs this season. 69.6 completion percentage, and an average of 8 yards per pass attempts. Both are best in his 8-year career. He's got 37 total touchdowns, which is second in the NFL right now, probably behind Stafford. Behind Stafford. And this is his 6th straight season of scoring at least 35 offensive touchdowns. We already know about it, right? But I just want to throw the stats out there just to show you the dominance. And his completion percentage is almost at 70%, which is wild in the NFL. If you're hitting 70%, that's almost unheard of. It sounds like, that's not that. No, that's hard to do. I think the league average is probably closer to 60. You're 10% points higher than that. That's nutty.
Yeah,
that's good. That's good.
That's what I'm saying. Josh Allen needs to at least get to the Super Bowl. He's going to be Phillip Rivers 2.0 if he doesn't at least get to the Super Bowl. Joe Burrow might be the next Dan Marino because he got to the Super Bowl in the second year, and you'll probably never see a Super Bowl again based off of that organization being absolute trash at drafting, paying players, signing players, because their defense is Swiss cheese, their offense is even worse. It's one of those things where Josh Allen has to get to the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah.
He just at least has to get to it.
He has to.
I don't want to get my expectations.
But there's the other thing too. I hate when the Bills are favored to do something too. When they rank the Bills preseason or before in training camp, the Bills have the second highest odds to be a Super Bowl contender. I hate when they do that. I want to have lower expectations and then be there.
Yeah.
A lot less pressure on our shoulders.
No, I get it. We got a 13-year-old troll Eagles fan in our
gosh.
Asking if we actually think that the Bills could beat the defending Super Bowl champion
this week in Buffalo.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we can.
I mean, because this is the thing though. It doesn't matter. Okay, you could be like, hey, they just beat the Browns by 3 points last week. I said this. We play down to our opponents and we play up to our opponents.
Yep.
And we'll play to our opponent's standard, except for that Carolina game when it was belt the ass. But
that's probably the only belt the ass game we've seen.
That was really in the Jets week. The first time we played the Jets, I thought was a pretty good game too. I think we won by 20 plus points. But Yeah, man. A home game. We were at back-to-back road games. We come back home, defending Super Bowl champs. This is what Josh does, though. He looks at the opposing QB, and if it's a suitable opponent, he wants to play good. He did that with Burrow. We got in the hole. He turned it on. He said, I'm not letting this dude beat me in my house. Yeah. And then we came back and won that game. He did it with Lamar. They got a good bleed on us. We came back, beat their ass. This game is going to be the same thing. They might get up to a lead on us because they're going to come in and be like, we got to establish a lead early, right? They're going to rely heavily on Saquon. I'm going to rely on Nick Sirianni to fuck it up at some point in this game with coaching, or A.J. Brown to maybe have a fucking scene on the sidelines. I don't care what he does, but this is be a game we get behind again, and we're going to have to come back. But Josh will play, and I like this. It's a bounce back spot. I just said it. What do you have, 130 yards? Like a fucking 11 completion. Like, he's going to bounce back. It could be another. Now, the Eagles have a good defense, so I'm not going to say crazy 400-yard game, but he could have like a 270-yard game and a couple touchdowns. Like, Josh will bounce back on this game, and he will play like the Superman Josh, because he knows that the competition on the other side, he wants to outdo Jalen Hurts. I know that they never admit this shit. Oh, it's Patrick Mahomes. I don't care. It's him. No, he wants to do better than Pat. He wants to do better than Lamar and Joe and Jalen and Stafford and Goff and all these guys he plays against. When he thinks that they're compared to him, he wants to show everybody, we're not on the same level. I'm the MVP. I'm the real MVP. I'm better than every quarterback.
Yeah, that's the mindset you got to have. I mean, I feel like every quarterback has that same mindset. And also at the same time, it's the Eagles haven't been the greatest team this year. Last year, they were a team, their defense was absolutely phenomenal. They had a 2,000-yard rusher in Saquon Barkley. It's not like, this guy also said, can Josh Allen win? Josh Allen can't win a Super Bowl. No, Josh Allen himself can't win a Super Bowl, but Josh Allen as a team can definitely win a Super Bowl. Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills can win a Super Bowl, just like Jalen Hurts didn't win a Super Bowl. His team won a Super Bowl. It's a team game. But we have the best, playmaker quarterback in the NFL right now.
Yeah, everything's possible.
Jalen Hurts isn't bad. I thought Jalen Hurts should have won the MVP of the Super Bowl the first time they lost to the Chiefs. So I'm not a Jalen Hurts hater. No. I just don't think he's as good as he's not. I don't think he's a top 5 quarterback, in my opinion.
I'm gonna try to pour this as slow as possible, and I guarantee this still fucks up, dude.
Okay, well you work on pouring on that. I'm just saying that the Bills can absolutely win this game at home against an Eagles team that just lost to the Bears a couple of weeks ago. And I know the Bears are good, but the Bears have also lost some weird games this year where they've only scored 6 points. Who else have the Eagles lost to? They've lost a lot of they've lost a few games this year where it's like, wait, you lost to who? And I get it. Bills did the exact same thing. We lost to the Falcons. Shouldn't have lost that. Shouldn't have lost to the Patriots the first time at home. Shouldn't have lost to the Dolphins. Like, the Bills have 2 or 3 losses where it's like, you probably shouldn't have lost those games.
I get it. One last thing I'll talk about the Eagles here. They will probably get Jalen Carter back. Return to practice on Tuesday for the first time in I think like 2 or 3 weeks here. He's a massive presence, both in the pass and run defense. The Bills will probably have to double team him. Now, we did a pretty good job with Myles Garrett, although he's more of an edge rusher. I think Carter's is defensive tackle. He plays in the middle. But again, a strong defensive presence there. We're going to have our hands full if he's back. It would have been nice to have him out of the game, give Josh a little bit more time back there. But that being said, that might lead to a little bit more running plays from Josh. Maybe some rollouts, using his legs a little bit more here. Again, especially after this past week, he only had 17 yards on the ground. I think Josh will definitely get more involved himself in this game, just because of the defense he's going against, the quarterback he's going against, being a home game. I think Josh always is going to do better at home, so I think he's going to show out.
Yeah, I totally agree. And we only have 2 games left in the stadium, as Luke also just pointed out.
That's true.
I really think that we are going to have the biggest home field advantage that you will ever see.
It's going to be loud. It's going to be loud.
It's going to be louder than anything you've ever heard. I wouldn't be shocked if we break Seattle or Kansas City's record for how loud it gets in the stadium.
Yeah, it's going to get loud. It's going to get loud. I'll be at that last game.
All right, Luke over here is giving a 49-13 prediction over the Eagles this weekend. I don't know about 49-13.
I would love that, dude.
I would love that. Don't get me wrong. I love his optimism.
I'm off of work the next 2 weeks. I'll black out in this game, dude. It's 49-13.
I'm off the next 2 weeks. I'll still black out.
49-13. You ain't gonna see me for a couple days. I'll be. Someone might have to come check on me. Have a wellness check in my house.
Couple shots every touchdown. So they score 7 touchdowns. That's 14 shots, and I'll be sleeping until Tuesday.
Hey, Jesus, dude. Yeah, I hope that's the case.
Yeah.
All right, we'll give our predictions out. I'll do one with you here. I'll be a little bit more realistic on this one. I'll go 20. I'll go 27-21.
I think it's gonna be a little bit higher scoring. Not as high scoring as Luke thinks here. I think it's going to be closer. I don't think the Bills blow them out by 36 points.
I don't know if we put up more than 30. You think we're going over 30 on them?
I think it'll be 34-31, which is around average for what the both teams score per game. I think is somewhere around in the low to mid 30s.
If the Bills do win, I do like our cover chances here with 1.5. I think that's usually the games we cover when they're close like that. I say it's a 6-point game, something like that, 6-7 point game. So I'll go 27-21, 28-21, something like that.
Game.
Yeah,
we said what?
It'll be a one score, I think.
The spread started out at 3. I think that was more than accurate.
Yeah,
and I think the Bills are 1.5 point.
Yeah.
I mean, Isaiah, you can think the Eagles win. Obviously, that's your team based off of what you've been saying.
What's he got?
He's got
Eagles win.
Obviously,
is that Greggy T? Is that?
I don't know whoever Isaiah Connolly is.
So
it actually is Greg. I'm gonna headbutt the shit out of him.
It's Greggy's alias.
No, I don't think so. But
Greg even knows though that they're probably gonna lose, and he's an Eagles fan. So
I've seen Greg crash out on Snapchat because the Eagles fucking lost the game they shouldn't have lost to. So I don't think
the Bears game on Black Friday.
Yeah, that was probably the game.
I was with him on that. We were at Tully's watching the game. He left at the halftime. He's like, I can't watch any more of this. And then he went and put $100 on the Bears.
That's funny. Isaiah, if by chance the Eagles do win, you come back to this game and we'll give you your props for. You come back to the podcast next week on New Year's Eve. We'll give you your shout out and your props for the Eagles winning that. But I really don't think the Eagles have.
It's just not. I don't think
snowball's chance in hell to win this game.
No, and there's no look ahead spot for us because it's the Jets in the final week, so it's not like the Bills don't have tremendous amount of pressure to win this game either, which is another thing going for us. They need to win out, but it's not as close as I thought it would be at this point in the season, where now you got to pray for the Patriots to lose. So just do your job. I think they'll be comfortable going in there, getting the dub, moving on to the Jets, getting the dub. That Jets game might be closer than the fucking Eagles game for no reason. Especially if
for no reason. That's nothing.
Especially if Tyrod starts, dude.
Bro, there's nothing against the Eagles. It's just like the Bills are gonna play down to the Jets. Fucking the Jets. The mindset there with the Jets. So it's like, okay, well, we're going to put up fucking 13 and win 13 to fucking 8. Like, that's the shit that we would do.
No, I get it. Jets. All right, let's move on here. Oh, actually, real quick, before I move on, I didn't even refresh it. I want to hit the injury report.
Yeah, we got quite a few injuries on there. Josh is on there, unfortunately, but I think that's going to be precautionary.
Why is this not updated? Which one did you go on? This one?
I was on X. It was on Buffalo Bills.
December 24th. Here we go.
Today.
Okay. Jordan Phillips, questionable. Cam Lewis, questionable. Knox, questionable. Kincaid, questionable. Johnson, questionable. This is not good. We have 2 corners and 2 tight ends, questionable. Bosa, questionable. All right. Prater, walk through. Nothing on him as of yet. This was 2 days ago. Josh, he'll be playing. He's fine. Daquan, Shaq Thompson, and Jordan Poyer. So a lot of veterans on this one are all questionable. It's probably rest. If I had a guess on a lot of these guys, they'll end up playing.
Usually they say like veteran rest. So I'm not sure
but I'm not on their web. I'm on the ESPN. I don't know why.
You know how I feel about the ESPN.
Yeah,
website
but this isn't updating though, and this usually updates. I'm on the Bills, and theirs isn't updated.
I was on.
Do you have their status on like?
I was on the X.
Well, I don't have the X because
Twitter. Well, you just got to get on the X.
Nah, I'm good with that.
Don't you have a? I thought you got a burner account on the X.
I might have had a burner account at one time.
Still probably do.
That shit's gone, dog. 8 concurrent viewers
from Buffalo Bills PR verified.
That's the one I was looking for.
Yeah. Well, you just got to look a little harder or a little easier on the X. Josh Allen foot limited. Cole Bishop ribs full practice. So that's good. And this is just a walkthrough, so it's not even like they're holding an actual practice today. Just a walkthrough, probably because Christmas is tomorrow. They're not going to be doing much anyway. They'll probably ramp it back up, when everybody gets back into town after Christmas on Friday. And then Joey Bosa did not practice. Daquan Jones, Kincaid, Knox, Phillips, Poyer, Prater all did not practice. And then limited was Taron Johnson, Cam Lewis, Shaq Thompson, Josh Allen, obviously, but I think Josh should be fine. Although we did get a little bit of a scare when Josh Allen went off with that foot injury. I was a little nervous. I held my butt cheeks a little tighter when I saw him go out.
It's getting to that point, dude, where like he's been taking a lot of hits in his career. Now, when he gets hit like that, you really are like, oh. Before, I'm like, I still kind of feel like that a lot of the time. But when he gets hit and he sits there for a second, I'm like, wait a minute. But usually, I'm not too worried when Josh takes a hit because he's one of the few quarterbacks that are built like a fucking brick house, dude, where he can take those and brush them off, a la Cam Newton, like
Big Ben, Cam Newton. That's Josh Allen. Eventually, will probably end his career looking like Big Ben.
He probably will. You're gonna have a giant guy back there that can.
He'll push you.
This Big Ben though. This. Let me go full screen here so our viewers can watch it. Big Ben in the pocket, right? He's back there. He can't move. He'll run like a 8-minute 40-yard dash, but he just makes a slight move. He gets out of the defender's way usually. He didn't take a lot of sacks. No. That was a thing. He couldn't move, but he was hard to take down when they did hit him. But usually he was shifty enough and he got rid of the ball quick enough. But he was shifty enough to miss people in the pocket. Yeah. That will be Josh Allen. You were 100% right on that. Where when his legs goes, he'll be able to move.
Can you look up Ed Oliver? I didn't see anything on there, but Luke think Ed Oliver's coming back. I don't think that's. I don't think that's correct.
Injury update.
I would love it for to
go.
go.
I'll go full screen so Luke can see.
I don't know if he is. If it's 21-day window or how his injury even worked.
Ed Oliver, incredible progress. This was 2 weeks ago. Hold on, I gotta find something newer. 2 days ago. This is the newest. Here we go. Search control of.
About the blacklist.
Biceps. That's all right.
Camera covers it. But dox yourself over there.
There we go.
Camera covered it.
Good. Ed Oliver, suffering a torn bicep. Eligible to return week 13, second quarter.
I'm not seeing nothing.
I think
Luke's just being a little hopeful over here.
For playoffs is what we're looking at. Well, that messed up, but
good job.
Yeah.
Select all.
Sorry, 10% beers.
Yeah, right.
Dude, Taylor Rapp, that injury that hurt us, but I will be the first to admit I'm surprised at how well Jordan Poyer's played. This man,
Jordan Poyer, turned back
should be retired right now.
After I talked shit about him, 5
we all
weeks
did.
ago,
nobody here is believing this shit.
I'm watching this, and I'm watching Poyer, and I'm watching fucking Trey White get absolutely smoked on every play, and then all of a sudden they turn the clock back 10 years. They're back in their prime. I'm like, where was this a couple weeks ago? And I get it. Hey, I'll take it now at the end of the season, going into playoffs. But holy shit. Yeah, all pro Poe out here. He's looking like he's all pro again.
All pro Poe, dude.
And it's just like, holy shit. These guys are fucking fantastic again. I love it. And now it's like, okay, well, we do got to pump the brakes a little bit. I would love to get healthier. I would love to get Ed Oliver back before playoffs, which is another reason. With the way the Bills' injury history has worked the last 3 to 4 years, I would have loved if the Bills got their shit together earlier in the season and didn't lose these games they shouldn't have, and should be playing for a number 1 seed right now. Realistically, the Bills at worst should be 13-2. At worst should be 13-2.
No, I get it. We should be, but you know what? There's nothing like a little excitement. I think it makes sense for how the season has unfolded with other teams. Like if the Bills win 13-2 and we win the division, we have a clear path we have the first round bye, right?
That's what I want to see happen with the Bills.
We have the first round bye. We got home field advantage. But I think if that would happen, it's like, well, then we got to eventually play like the Chiefs or the Ravens.
Not this year.
Hold on. Or the Bengals. But because that didn't happen, they're like, nah, you're not going to have it easy. Yeah, you got enough easy shit going. Right? That's what my point is. Like, all right, we're already giving you 3 quarterbacks you don't have to play that have historically been tough to beat. Don't worry about them. Okay, but you're not getting the buys.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? There's a trade-off.
Are out there.
There's a trade-off to this season where I think it kind of evens itself out. They can't make it too easy for the Bills, but they're still going to help us out. But we can't get home field advantage. So they're going to test us, right? We're going to have to go into New England, like I said. We're going to have to go into Denver, like I said, or Jacksonville, or the Pittsburgh. Like, it's going to be,
again.
or Houston, and it's going to suck, but it is what it is, man. And, I don't think the Bills are going to be a one and done this year. So either we win our second game of the playoffs or we're making it to the Super Bowl here.
Yeah.
But like you said, to your point, this has got to be the year where you got to capitalize on what you have.
Yeah.
Mackie.
Minimum AFC championship. Minimum. Got to go to the AFC championship game. I don't care if it's not. It would be great if it was in Buffalo for their last year at Highmark.
Oh, absolutely.
At the Ralph. Oh, sign me up for that. I'll fucking just go tailgate and listen to the game outside because I ain't paying for those.
No, those tickets will be expensive.
I will not be paying for those tickets, but you bet your ass I'll go pay $40 to park in a parking lot and watch the game outside in my fucking car. You sign me up for that. It's just one of those things where it's like I think the Bills are going to have a tough playoff this year because they're going to have to travel for probably most of it. There is a scenario where even if the Bills don't win the division, they can get the 5 seed, which we would either I think we would travel to Pittsburgh, so we'd have to go travel to an AFC North team, which is 4 hours away. It's not a big deal to travel. How far?
But like Bills fans are traveling too, so like Bills fans are going to show out either way. But when you can drive 4 hours, what's up?
Isaiah over here.
God.
It's a good thing, guys. It's good you guys don't play the Eagles in the playoffs. Well, you're right. We won't play the Eagles in the playoffs because when the Bills make the Super Bowl, the Eagles won't even be there. So it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, it won't matter.
They're gonna get fucking trounced by fucking.
Here, let's entertain this. Let's see the playoff picture here.
Yeah, let me see the NFC playoff picture here. I know the Eagles have already clinched their division. Good job. You got 3 teams below 500 in that division again. Real quick, while you're pulling that up, you want to hear a fun stat? The Eagles,
the NBA game on there.
The Patriots are tied for the best record in the league.
Yeah,
and the Giants are tied for the worst record in the league. You want to know how many? The thing they have in common: both teams have only beaten a team with a winning percentage over 500 twice. They only have 2 wins against teams over a 500 winning percentage.
That's crazy.
So that's how bad that's how easy the Patriots' schedule has been this year.
How is this not?
I don't know, man. Playoff bracket, playoff picture.
Yeah, I'm on the bracket. It should.
No,
it's not even filling.
Look at the picture.
The picture's not good because it doesn't tell you who's playing who. It just puts the teams in here.
Yeah, just put the teams in there. We can figure it out based off of where they're ranked. NFC's on the right over here. Let's see. The Eagles are what? Going to be a 3 or 4 seed?
All right. NFC. Eagles are 3 seed. Weeks. Okay. 49ers are the 5.
Eagles are 3 seed. Okay.
Why is there no 4 seeds in here?
That is weird.
On
Why
either
is there
side.
no 4 seed?
This thing is jacked up. I don't.
What are you on?
ESPN or NFL? No, I'm on NFL. Hold on. We got to go to a different reliable source. These things. I clicked on playoff picture, dude. I don't know. Let me go to this one. CBS usually knows what they're doing.
CBS isn't bad.
Here we go. All right. Playoff picture.
So right now the Broncos,
Eagles, Rams. You guys are losing,
bro.
It's over. Like,
I know the Eagles already beat the Rams once this year. That was a fucking fluke. The Eagles came back from down 20. That's another win that the Eagles shouldn't have had. So I say, you want to talk shit about the Bills? Get your Eagles in check, man. They've lost 5 games. They've lost more than the Bills this year. They've got 2 wins back-to-back weeks where they shouldn't have won. They beat the Rams barely. They blew that game. And I pull up the Eagles schedule, and I don't know it off the top of my head, but if I see the team, I'll know that's another game that they were losing and came back down 19 points or some dumb shit like that and fucking won again. The Eagles should be 8-7 at this point and still win the division barely.
Rams, they won.
Was it
Tampa, Dallas, Kansas City? No, wait.
It wasn't.
There we go. Kansas City, they won 20-17. That could have been a loss.
It was Tampa Bay, back-to-back weeks. Tampa Bay fucking blew that game. Tampa Bay, they should back-to-back weeks. The Rams and Tampa Bay.
Yeah,
that's insane. So get your fucking Eagles in check before you start coming to talk shit about the Bills, okay?
Then they went on that 3-game losing streak here. Dallas, Chicago, Chargers.
So Dallas, who they shouldn't have lost to, I think that was another game they blew. Oh yeah, the Eagles were up 21-0 in that game and lost 24-21.
Yeah, that was a bad
Eagles
game.
could be 7-8.
Oh, that was the Thanksgiving game.
Yeah, that was the game that they were up 21-0 and fucking didn't score in the second half.
No, they fucked up.
That's pathetic. Mac, relax.
All right. Little Mackie barking in the background here. All right.
Scott.
Let's go to some NFL news here. I got a few games to talk about. Panthers edging out the Bucks 23-20. They put Carolina in the driver's seat for the NFC North or South. I'm sorry. Good job, Jeff, on predicting the Carolina game correctly.
You're welcome.
I just thought bounce back. Bucks dropped that heartbreaker to Atlanta the week before. They shouldn't have lost that game. They fucked up, blew that game. I thought the coach would be like, let's go, get motivated. You're on the road. Let's win this game here for the division. I was wrong. Baker looks terrible still. Mike Evans, who I bet to get 60 yards, finished with like 37 after he had 140 yards a week before.
That's the fucking worst, man.
It is the worst, dude, because I didn't play him in fantasy, and he could have got me to the next round of playoffs. And then I'm like, there's no way he doesn't get 60 yards. He got like 37 yards, dude, or 30 yards. Mike Evans had like 30 yards last week.
Oh, last week.
Yeah, last week. I bet him to get 60 at 30 yards.
Was that his comeback game?
No, 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, 2 weeks ago.
We had like 130. Yes, that's right. So I said 60 is a fucking...
Yeah. Oh, that's right, dude. The weeks are all blurring together now with the holiday season coming up.
I wasn't expecting that. The Bucks don't know what they're doing. Bucky, they stopped running Bucky Irvin at the goal line. Sean Tucker is now the goal line back. I have zero idea what their Tampa Bay offense is doing at this point. You have... all your receivers are back and healthy. You have your running back healthy, and you're still kind of trying to figure out how to score points against Carolina.
Yeah.
I just don't get that. I get it's a divisional game, but after the week before against Atlanta and blowing that, I thought their coach, I can't think of his name.
Fuck. No, I wanted to say something about Liam Cohen. So Liam Cohen.
It's not Liam Cohen.
No, but
yeah.
he was the offensive coordinator. He's now the head coach of Jacksonville. Fuck. I can't think of his name either.
Yeah, the black guy who is Todd Bowles.
Todd Bowles, thank you. I
Todd Bowles would have had those guys fucking ready because his press conference where he was dropping F-bombs and he's never sworn in his life before.
I thought for sure this dude was like, yep.
It should have been a lock. But I can see that one either going either way. So shout out to the Panthers for winning that one. And also, I did want to bet Panthers to make playoffs. As a preseason future bet, but the odds weren't that good, and obviously odds
about to win the division.
No, but this is training camp. I wanted to bet them, and the odds weren't that good in training camp. And I go, what does Vegas? What does Vegas know that I don't know?
Right, and now they're about to win the division.
Exactly.
That's why
that would have paid money.
Well, that makes sense.
That would have paid money,
but
that
division is so hit or miss. You never know. That's what I love about the NFC South. You don't know who's actually good or who's going to Anybody can win.
New Orleans will be in the playoffs next year.
Probably.
You never know.
Shuck is the only rookie quarterback with a winning record this year.
It depends on what they do with Kamara.
Tyler Shuck is 4-3 as a starter. The rest of the rookie quarterbacks that have started this year are like 3-21 or something stupid like that.
I think they trade Kamara, dude. I think they get rid of Kamara, try to get a younger piece in there.
Did they? They just resign. He's got a healthy contract.
They'll have to figure out that team because they have the pieces. I think Olave is not going anywhere, and he's a top 10 receiver in my eyes. He's great.
Retired. Did you see that thing that came out?
No.
When he got that second concussion.
Oh, he was going to retire.
He thought about retiring. He's had a pretty good season this year.
No, he's done really good.
Shuck looks actually like a decent quarterback. They're probably going to be in line to get another quarterback at this point.
Sure.
Because I don't think Tyler Shuck is a franchise quarterback, but he's been serviceable. He's not losing them games, but he's also not winning them games, and that's kind of what you want at this point.
Chargers eliminate the Dallas Cowboys from playoffs, 34-17 win on the road. To my point here, the Cowboys, you're in the same division as the Eagles. Mm-hmm. I thought this would have been a more competitive year for the Cowboys. You bring in George Pickens, you bring in Javonte Williams, who I didn't think was going to do as good, and he did.
Fantastic.
I think both of those guys exceeded expectations. Mm-hmm, sure. Your defense, though, literally, and I don't want to hear about blaming the Micah Parsons trade.
No.
That one guy is not the reason why you guys suck this year. So, yes, I'd expect a little hump. They got a run block, a run.
Yeah, Quinn Williams. I thought they actually started stopping the run lately, but then for whatever reason, I don't know if it's first year head coach.
Diggs was hurt the whole season too. I think
ACL.
ACL.
He's that last year.
But still,
it doesn't matter. Even when he's healthy,
dumpster fire.
Yeah.
Coaching, ownership.
The ownership just wants to be famous. He wants to be talked about.
Yeah, but you just have the players. I felt like this year to do something.
So I thought they were at least be more competitive and challenge the Eagles for the division.
I did too. I
knew the Commanders weren't going to be good.
I didn't either. I thought they would kind of fall off because they had their kind of like miracle year last year.
They had 7 of 8 games. Their final 8 games, they won 7 of those games by less than a score.
Also, like that all hinges on Jaden Daniels was hurt this whole year too. Pretty much half a year. That does hurt you. And the Giants, obviously, all the excuses in the world with them. But, yeah, you're right. I really thought it was going to be a closer match for the Cowboys-Eagles this year. Yep. They just didn't show up, and they got smoked by the Chargers this past week. J.J. McCarthy gets hurt again right before halftime. Vikings still able to grind out a victory over the Giants. Speaking of which, 16-13 in that game. I only wrote this down because it was a close game, and I was shocked that the Vikings won this on the road because both these teams look like dog shit, but I figured, Jesus, man, the Giants got to win one of these. This is another one of these games I gave you like a kind of it could have went either way.
Minnesota, I thought, had with J.J. McCarthy playing.
If it was home, I was going Minnesota. I went with the home team. That's the only thing I did on this one. I'm going to go with the home team.
I went with Minnesota just because they have Justin Jefferson.
And you still had a third stringer came in, dude.
I know.
And it was a 16. That game was so. Dude, Jackson Dart had .02 fantasy points, and I don't think I've ever. You could have not started him and got the same, basically.
Might as well.
You could have not started a quarterback.
I'm like, just bench your quarterback. I don't need a quarterback because Jackson Dart.
Which it doesn't make any sense because the Vikings, I feel like even defensively, haven't been that crazy of a threat this year. Where Dart at home, you suck. Like your team sucks, I should say. Do something. Show us something here. I haven't seen anything out of him that I'd like to see, but I was surprised they got. He was as bad as he did, and I was surprised they lost that game by 3. This one. Titans defeating the Mahomes-less Kansas City Chiefs 26-9, getting their 3rd win of the season here.
I predicted that one right.
You got that one right. But nobody thought Gardner Minshew was getting hurt because if Oladoku was starting, you'd be like, nah, I'm going with Titans. I'm going at that.
Well, listen, I don't have any faith in Minshew anymore.
If Oladoku was starting, I'd probably pick the Titans too.
Well, I knew. See what happened is I know ball, so I knew that Minshew was going to get hurt.
Yeah.
And that 3rd-string quarterback was going to come in and just suck it up. And now we get to watch him on fucking Christmas Day football. Like, these games tomorrow, Dallas at Washington. On paper, before the season, great matchup. Detroit at Minnesota, on paper, before the season, great matchup. Denver at Kansas City. On paper, before the season, even fucking 5 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Great fucking matchup. Now it's just like, okay, well, Washington sucks. Minnesota sucks. Kansas City sucks. So I'm taking all 3 away teams tomorrow. Spoiler alert for our pick'ems. But, like, I have no faith in Washington, no faith in Minnesota against Detroit, who needs to win.
You know Denver's going to win that game, and you just want Kansas City to win that game.
No, I'm picking Denver.
Oh, I think you said away game.
I'm picking all the away teams.
Oh, shit, I had it upside down. I had it upside down. Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm picking all the away teams because Denver's got to win. Detroit's got to win. Detroit has to win to get into the playoffs. They're out of the playoffs right now. They don't even control their own destiny. Dallas is out, but Washington's out. Dallas is just, they just want to win to win. So.
Yeah, I got you.
But. I went off topic there.
You did. You went to the pick'ems real quick, but.
Well, it was because we were talking about Kansas City. Or Minnesota beating the Giants, or no, Kansas City losing to the Titans.
Yes.
So yeah, it's because I know ball and I know that Kansas City is going to lose and get to their
Oladoku was going to be in there.
Yeah, that's where I went to.
The Steelers shocking the Lions 29-24 on the road in Detroit. No one picked that correctly. No. DK Metcalf punched a fan.
Suspended 2 games. And because of that, is going to lose $45 million because there's something in his contract. He loses some part of his guarantee.
Yeah, you're just dumb if you do. Yes, I got you. Look at this is I'll give the Bills a credit in this department here. We don't pick these guys that are thugs and doing dumb shit because I would have loved to have DK Metcalf as a free agent.
You see why he lost his shit?
Yes, but
because they called him by his government name and not DK.
I heard he called him the N-word, but
I didn't hear that.
I heard a bunch of different shit. The N-word, the C-word, the all-word, and all these words. They called him a bunch of words. He called them some slurs.
If there's proof of that, though, then DK shouldn't be fined or suspended at all.
Why?
But why not?
Look, I get it. You shouldn't say that, but
if you're getting called the N-word,
yeah, but you can't. No,
you can.
Hold on. That's a different. We're not even gonna get on this topic, but I'm just saying, like, I get it. You shouldn't be saying that. You can't assault somebody for that, though. You can't. That's an assault. You can't assault somebody. You say that in the street, you're gonna get your ass whooped. That's in the street. You can't say that in an NFL game. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, though.
You know what? I don't see that. I disagree on that 100%. If a fan is calling a racial slur to a player, and that player walks up and punches you in the face, you deserve it. Also, the fan was leaning over the guardrail to get into his face. So if the fan would have just stayed above the guardrail and said shit, DK didn't climb over. DK just reached up and popped him right in the face because the fan was leaning over trying to talk more shit.
Here's the thing, though. They'll never be able to prove this.
I know.
That's the whole thing.
You know what? Maybe they should start getting. But that was all the players. Fuck it.
But that was I don't know. We don't.
I know. No, we don't need every player mic'd up.
We don't need every player mic'd up. I just when you go as far as assaulting somebody, I don't know. Like I go by sticks and stones kind of rule. As nasty as like those slurs are, you can't be assaulting somebody. You can. It was the fact that. You put your hands on the guy. It should have never gotten even to that point. He can get in his face. He can call him all the racial slurs he wants. He can call the white guy racial. I don't care what he does. But you can't start putting your hands on. That's when I think it gets to a different level, especially as a professional athlete when you should know your boundaries. Like you should know the repercussions of what could happen there. I get why it could trigger, but also like you have to know, hey, man, I'm blessed to play football for millions of dollars. I don't want to jeopardize this no matter what this guy says to me type of thing. That's where I'm coming from. It's like, I can't be putting my hands. I could be mad as I want to be. I could say whatever I want. Hell, dude, I could throw some freaking whatever water in his face, dude. Even that would have been better. Like, but I can't be just grabbing a guy and pushing off. And it looked like he punched him, but he didn't. He pushed off of him like this because I saw the replay from a different...
He probably didn't punch. He probably pushed away.
No, he was grabbing him and he pushed like this away. So...
He probably got him a little pop.
That shit was wild.
It wasn't Jake Paul getting knocked out.
We could talk about Jake Paul. We'll talk about Jake. We'll talk about that. Hold on. We'll save that for the end.
Bro, we're going to push 2 hours.
We are saving that to the end. Okay. All right, let's get into the schedule for this week so we can talk about Jake Paul getting knocked out.
Yeah, and the Sabres fucking cleaning the house off in the front office and on a 7-game win streak going into Christmas. First, never mind. Go ahead.
All right, let me get this up here.
Look at those picks, baby.
I'm
going to try to finish the season. No, I'm just kidding. I was going to try to finish the season with less than triple-digit losses, but we know that ain't happening.
So real quick, we'll recap the pick'ems before we get into this week's. Jeff taking commanding lead over last week, going 12-4, getting his betting pick right. I forgot to write it down. And this week, I went 6-10, my worst week of the season. Bringing me to 140.
Worst week of your season. Scroll up. We both went like 3-13 the one week.
Oh yeah,
we do 3-13, 4-12. That was.
But at least, all right. So my second worst week.
Can you
of the
show
season.
my 15-1 again? Yeah, look at that. We 2, baby, 15-1. Imagine if I bet on all those games. I would have won some.
Yeah, you would have won $10.
All right, but
brings me to 140 and 103 to you 147 and 96. We still are tied on our bets here, 13-13 apiece here.
Yours last week, real quick to recap, was JSN over 89.5. Finished with 96.
No, it was the week before I usually write. I forgot the one before week 15. I forgot to write down.
Yeah, you didn't even write down week 16.
No, I usually do this the week when I start. So I should have wrote this today, but I forgot to write this one last week.
And I had Nakua last week over 7.5, finished with 12.
Jesus Christ. All right. Let's get into the week 17 pick'ems here. Let me put the schedule up for everybody. Oh, shoot. I changed one of my things here.
Oh, boy.
So we got to go to...
Stop changing things, dude.
NFL week 17 schedule.
Also, I'm a little disappointed. Maybe we can put that MP3 file up on Facebook or...
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out.
You know, shout out to Rink for getting that creative for us. It's unfortunate we got it like a minute before we started.
Yeah, I didn't have time to clean it up and figure out what I needed to do, but
yeah, that was a fun.
I gotta probably convert it to like an MP4. I think that's what I did last time. I think he sent me an MP3 and I gotta convert it. Yeah. So, all right, let's get into it here. Starting off, we have Thursday games on Christmas, earlier games. Then we have our Thursday night football game. Dallas, Washington kicks things off at 1 p.m. here. You already told me who you're picking
I'm picking all 3 away teams for tomorrow, for Christmas Day.
I'll take Dallas with you.
Okay.
I
don't think you can pick against me in these. If you pick against me in these, I'm like, well, this is why you're down 7 fucking.
No, my pick. I already told you, dude. Like, you literally, those are all pick'ems.
I know ball.
Those are all pick'ems, dude. They could have, if they went the other way, we'd be tied. So I wouldn't. I know. Detroit. I'm not going to pick because Josh Johnson or whatever is going to start for
Minnesota.
No. Washington. Josh Johnson, I think, is starting. Yeah. I can't pick Washington. I don't even know this guy hasn't thrown a ball in 2 years.
Talking about Minnesota.
Detroit at Minnesota. Max Brosmer is throwing the ball for Minnesota. Give me Detroit on the road here. They need to win. They came off a loss to the Steelers. That's bad. Yeah. Denver at Kansas City. Again, going Denver.
Fighting for the 1 seed.
It's the better team at this point. Kansas City at home. If Mahomes is playing, I'm picking them.
This would be a really good game on Saturday. I'm pulling out.
Houston and the Chargers.
That'd be a good game. That defense in Houston and the Chargers, who have I think the second best record in the league right now, or in the AFC at least.
Who?
The Chargers. They're 11-4. They're the same as the Bills, but anyways, they have a very good record.
Open new window.
They're 11-4.
Yep, they're 11-4.
Thank you.
All right, had a look. You know ball.
I know ball, baby. That's why I'm winning this fucking pick'em this year.
Are you going Chargers then?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Chargers because they're home, and I want Houston to lose.
So
that keeps Houston down in the 7th seed, so they can't get a home game. So if Buffalo, for whatever reason, has to play Houston.
Yeah, I'll go Chargers with you.
I gotta get Houston coming up the cold weather. Get out of that dome in Texas, which still doesn't make sense, and come up to Buffalo.
It's hot there, dude.
Cold.
You need air conditioning. Baltimore at Green Bay, Saturday night game. This is be interesting. 8 p.m. In Lambeau, dude, give me Green Bay at home.
Yeah, I'm going Green Bay.
Ravens are terrible, dude.
I think the Ravens have
the Ravens have bottomed out.
They choked it. I don't know the status on Lamar Jackson at this point either.
It didn't even look bad. Did you see that? You got need in the back. What is that,
bro? Dude, the script is written for the Patriots to win the division.
Yeah,
that's it. That's the only reason they lost.
Okay, sure.
Maybe they should beat Green Bay. They won't.
Sunday games kick off 1 o'clock. Arizona at Cincy. Meaningless game for both of these teams. This is where it gets hard.
Yeah, see, I don't.
Give me Cincy at home.
I got to take Cincy at home. I got to take Cincy at home, especially if Joe Burrow plays. But he's playing. He's playing the whole season. He's been kind of fucking emo lately. He's like, oh, I don't know about my future.
No, he's playing.
He's about to fucking pull an Andrew Luck and retire after you draft him next year in fantasy.
I'm taking Joe Burrow next year. I took Mahomes this year and he balled out until he got hurt, and I missed playoffs. I missed playoffs because of that.
Dude, he was the 3rd best quarterback. Fantasy.
Cincy. Okay, we just talked. Pittsburgh at Cleveland. Divisional game. Pittsburgh needs a win here. Give me Pittsburgh on the road.
Yep. I'm going to take him Pittsburgh as well.
New Orleans and Tennessee. Interesting. Ooh. Both these teams got a win last week. They both played teams that are dying. Go first.
Yeah. I'm taking the Saints in this one because I think Tyler Shuck has actually played very well. Tennessee got a good win last week. They are home. There's just something about Tennessee is kind of like last year's Panthers. I think Tennessee next year, Cam Ward, his 2nd year, they're going to upgrade offensively with some more weapons. Offensive lines can get better. They're hopefully going to get the run game going a little bit better. I think Tennessee's going to be better next year. I think New Orleans right now, they're playing with house money at this point.
This is where we're going to differ because I think I can get you on this one. I'm going to take Tennessee at home, coming off a win. Go for 2 in a row here. Saints have nothing to play for. Tennessee has nothing to play for. Both have rookie quarterbacks. However, Cam Ward, dude, has had a very disappointing season. He was a number 1 overall draft pick. They didn't put a team around this guy. They've lost a lot of games. If Vrabel was still there, I think they'd be better this year.
100%.
Give me Tennessee, man, just because, look, they got some momentum for like the first time all year, and they're going into a game that they should win at home. Should be the Titans. I'm actually surprised the Saints are favored in this game by 2.5. I'll take the Titans.
Yeah. And also, by the way, Cam Ward is the least talked about number 1 overall pick.
He is. Because it's Shador. That's why.
And Travis Hunter.
Jacksonville at Indy. This
would have been a better game with Danny Dimes.
I think I got to get off the bandwagon. I've picked them 2 weeks in a row.
Which is another reason you fucking lost.
Dude, they looked good last week. No, last week you did. Give me Jacksonville on the road. They finally have a team, dude. They're beating teams I didn't think they could beat. All right, give me Jacksonville. Tampa at Miami. I don't know. The Battle of Florida. Mackie. Battle of Florida.
Tampa, we got to go down to hotter weather.
Tampa's favored in this one. Give me Tampa, dude.
I'm
not. They can't lose 3 in a row. They can't lose 3 in a row from
Tampa's fighting for a division right now. They have to win, right? They kind of have to.
They have to win, but they can't lose 3 in a row.
Miami's, and they're not even starting.
Playing Quinn Ewers over here, and he looks terrible.
Dude, Quinn Ewers looks fucking like dog shit.
Quinn Ewers.
Yeah, you know what? If Tua was playing, I think I might flip a coin for that one. No Quinn Ewers. Tampa Bay playing for their division. Give me Tampa Bay.
New England at New York. Give me New York Jets here.
Give me the Jets.
Give me the Jets at home for the update, baby. Dude. Upset, baby. And we need the upset. They're definitely losing this game, but thanks.
I know.
Seattle at Carolina. Give me Seattle. Sorry, Carolina. This is where it evens out the series.
I can't. Dude, I can't.
And Tampa and Carolina will be even after this because Tampa's going to win and Carolina's going to lose.
Yep.
And this will all rely on
week 18.
Exactly.
See, we love cinema. We love shit like that.
Giants at Vegas. I can't do it. I still can't do it. I'm
doing it.
I can't do it. Nope.
I'm taking the Raiders.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
I love you. I'm taking the Raiders.
Giants. I can't do it. I refuse to pick them the whole year. I'm done.
Raiders.
Next year, I'm still not picking them, dude. I'm done. They've cost me so many games.
2 weeks ago with you, I said, you know what? I'm with you. We can't pick the Raiders, but the Giants.
I'm not going back on my word.
I don't know. Jackson Dart might get like 2 years in the NFL.
Dude, the Giants are actually favored by 1.5.
The Giants are favored?
Oh, yes, man. That's crazy. Buffalo, easy.
Yeah, Buffalo.
Sunday night game. This is a good one. Chicago 49ers. 49ers are favored.
49ers, I love it.
The Chicago 49ers are favored by 3.5 or 3 points here. 49ers at home. Sunday Night Football. NBC Peacock. Tickets as low as $318. That's great. We'll listen to that in the parking lot.
$318?
San Francisco. It's San Francisco.
Right. That makes sense. I'll say for Chicago, that'd be asinine.
Give me San Fran.
I'm going Chicago.
I think their magic runs out a little bit here.
I think San Francisco's magic runs out a little bit. Do you know how many injuries they have?
It's C-Mac. I'm not betting against C-Mac. Sorry.
He slowed down a little bit.
I'm not betting against him. I'm not betting against C-Mac. And this is honestly a shit game for Monday night because of the fucking Falcons. But
this might be the last Monday night game of the year, too.
Give me the Rams. Easy money.
Gotta go with Rams.
So we only have a couple against each other.
I think Raiders, Niners, and what was the other one?
Oh, it was up here. Tennessee up
there. So there's 3 of them. So you might be able to gain 3 back from me if I go on 3. Or I go up 3 more on you and you owe me a medium fry from McDonald's at the end of the season. I've never won anything by beating you the last 2 years.
Yeah, we're starting that next year. For our bets here, we got 3 this week instead of our usual 1 Thursday night bet.
I know.
1 for each game here. Go ahead, Jeff. I'll let you lead on your bets if you have them. Again, we're even through the year on bets, 13 and 13. Like that's pretty good through 17 weeks. Through 17 weeks, we're 13 and 13.
And it's funny because we've actually won more than we've lost. Like if you go back through and see how many we've lost.
Oh yeah.
When we lose, we both lose. I think there's only been 1, maybe 2 weeks.
There's 1 week where we both flip-flopped.
Yes. So that's what I mean. Like so we either both lose or there's been 1, maybe 2 weeks where one of us wins and one of us loses. I gotta find my past the leg.
By the way, this is the most views we've had on a podcast ever.
I wasn't going to say because I don't want to jinx it, but we were up to...
I'm at 51.
At one point, I had 12 on...
I'm not talking about concurrent. We have 51 total views, which means people have come and gone type of thing.
At one
That's
point,
the most I've seen, though.
On YouTube, it said 12. Like, that means 12 people were watching at once. That's insane.
Right now we have 4, but yes, I did see the 12. I'm saying total views before we've even I've uploaded the podcast at 51 is crazy.
Why can't I give my build? Oh, there it is. There's my legs. Okay, so which is the first game? Dallas, Washington?
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. I didn't put them in an order. So I got Dak Prescott over 250 yards. I think that's quite a bit of that's a lot at this point.
Over 250?
Yep.
Gotcha. We'll just alternate. I'll do mine next. For like each game we'll alternate. I'm gonna take, I mean, this one was the hardest game to bet on because of the variables. Both teams aren't playing for anything. Josh Johnson's a quarterback for the Commanders. They're still the Redskins.
The Redskins, yeah.
I'm going to sneeze in about 13 seconds here. Give me Jake Ferguson over 36.5 receiving.
Over 36.5?
Yep. And now that's minus 115, which are bad odds. You could juice it and get like plus 105 for 40 yards.
Yeah.
He hasn't done good in the last couple weeks, but the last time he played the Commanders, he had 2 touchdowns. So I think that was his only 2 touchdown game of the season.
Yeah. So, and before we got here, you had picked yours, I had picked mine. We both actually picked Gibbs over his rushing yards. Yep. I changed mine to Amon-Ra St. Brown over 60 yards receiving. I think that's pretty much a lot.
That's reasonable. So here's the thing: I didn't pick St. Brown because Minnesota actually has like a top 10 like pass defense, and they're home. So St. Brown will probably still get his, but the chance that he doesn't that's my reason.
Right. Okay.
60 yards is very, very, very respectable. I think he should get that. But being a better pass and run defense,
a little bit. I think it was like 79.5.
Oh,
I dumbed
okay.
it down to like
I was about to say 60 is real low.
60's not a lot.
Then you should be good.
I dumbed it down a little bit. I dumbed everything down. Like Dak's over 250. He was at like 69 or some shit.
Oh, so you went real chalk.
I try to win these. I don't want. If I'm betting real money, I dumb shit down to win money. Like
I'm gonna start betting Shakir 1 catch every week, dude.
Okay, well that might not do you any good either because why the fuck we're doing Thursday night games only, Michael?
I'm gonna start betting a receiver 1 catch then.
Okay, well I don't think there's any receiver that could give a catch. Also, there were no receptions for the Thursday night games.
Yeah, you can. Yes, there were.
Okay,
not a FanDuel.
What was your
Gibbs 1 catch?
Shut up. What was your Gibbs over 60?
Gibbs 74.5 because I'm not a pussy and we're going for the money here. Rushing. I'm not doing alternates like that, dude. No, I did.
My bad.
This dude just blew a snot rocket on himself, dude. He almost
listen. I got it in my arm in time. That came out.
This dude almost blew his sweater off his shirt, off his chest. I'm gonna take Gibbs 74 over 74.5 rushing yards. Lock it up. Could I have taken 60 like Jeff? Yes, but I have a huge pair of balls on me right now, and we're going 74.5. Give it to me.
That's fine. You go 74.5. I'm over here trying to win money.
You're gonna parlay him, so you're fucked.
That's what I mean. I'm parlaying.
No, mine too. So it don't matter.
I'm parlaying all 6 of these bets.
Yes.
In one bet.
Yes. So no matter what, if I pick crazy odds, then I could pick 3 touchdowns by somebody. You got to parlay it. Denver, Kansas City, Thursday night game. This game sucks ass.
Dumb the fuck out of this one. 200 plus yards for Bo Nix. I got a couple quarterbacks in this.
You're really going to only 200?
Let me see what it's at.
Come on, dude. Juice it a little bit, dude.
Let me see.
I think his line was 240.
This game is going to suck because the Chiefs aren't going to put up points.
That's why it's hard, Jeff. That's why it's hard.
But I want to win money, so that's why I dumb it down. Brother.
You could dumb it down a little bit, but you can't go 200 if the guy's 250. What's his normal?
I don't know. It doesn't give me...
It should just go to over-under.
FanDuel doesn't give me that. It gives me alternate.
No, it does give you the regular.
Hold on. Here it is.
You got to go under-over.
227.
Oh, that's not bad. All right, I'll give you 200.
Oh, you.
I'll give you your 200.
225 is minus 125. 227 is minus 114. I'm going 200.
What's 200 minus?
Minus 245.
Oh my god!
I'm going 225.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, you got to do something over 225. I'll take that.
And then I passed, by the way, on FanDuel, I passed the light to you. So put your picks
I will.
on the fucking thing and do it right away so we can actually get these in before live.
We're getting them in. We're getting them in. And my right now this is the lock of all locks. Real quick, Troy Franklin over 35.5 receiving for the Denver Broncos. I liked Sutton's line too, but dude, Franklin's been getting this line at last like 4 weeks.
I had Franklin early in the year when he popped off, and then all of a sudden they're like, yeah, we're not going to use Franklin. God damn it, make it out here. They're like, yeah, the Broncos are like, yeah, we're not going to use Troy Franklin for like another 6 or 7 weeks, so good luck.
I think the last time they played Kansas City was his best game of the season also.
Yeah, for sure. That's a good point.
So,
but different Kansas City teams.
It was a better Kansas City team, I probably.
Like, yeah. I think it's going to be a very low scoring game because Kansas City's not putting up points. Denver's probably going to be in cruise control of this game. Probably get a lot of RJ Harvey in this game. Actually, is RJ Harvey even back?
He's back.
Okay. Because I had him in fantasy and he got hurt and all that fun shit. Maybe I should have picked RJ Harvey. Yeah, I should have.
All right.
Actually, no, that's weird. 60 yards is a plus money for RJ Harvey. I don't know if I trust that. Anyways.
We've made it this far, guys. Shout out to the 52 views we had total on this episode. The 3 of you that are left, probably one of them's Jeff. So the 2 of you guys that are left, probably one of them's my mom. So the 1 of you guys that are left.
Yeah, also, shout out to the interaction today between Isaiah and Luke.
Yeah, shout out both of those.
No idea who you are, Isaiah. I know
appreciate
you're an Eagles fan.
Go Bills!
Just friendly banner. I love that you love your team the way you do. You can talk shit about my Bills all you want because I'm gonna do the same thing about your Eagles.
Absolutely. Shout out to Jeff for dressing up for the Christmas episode as well.
Yeah, dude.
Got the hat on.
Got to see my shorts.
The light up shirt. You can stand on over there. Get the shirt. Get the shorts going real quick.
There we go. Let's get these shorts out here. Look at this.
Dude,
he
looks like he was dancing at Alexander's before he came here, dude. He got that thing.
Yeah, little sequin shorts, dude. Look at these bad boys.
Holy shit.
You want a roundhouse kicking these bad boys?
Jesus. Showing off the thighs.
Thighs out, skies out, baby.
Guys, we're going to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate. Happy New Year as well. We'll be back. Well, yeah, we will be back before New Year's. Glad you guys could join us on this Christmas Eve episode. Thanks for tuning in here.
Sorry about the technical difficulties in advance.
Shit happens, man. Thanks again, Rink, for getting me that song. Work on something for me for New Year's. I'll do a New Year's one, but get it to me 5 minutes before I fucking post the podcast so we can get this out here. Guys, for that being said, I'm Mikey D.
I'm Jeff.
And we out.
Go Beals.
Mikey D and Jeff with a G. They're talking Bills with hops and barley. Beer on tap, wearing Bills caps. Bills Mafia, tables about to snap. Tap the cake, suds and combos start to flow. From Orchard Park to the studio. PBR, Natty Light and more to low. And every Josh Allen throw, it's beers and Buffalo. Beers and Buffalo, that's the show. Talking touchdowns and that bitter gold. Moving those chains with each first down game. Drinking away that white right pain. It's the Beers and Buffalo show. Let's go Buffalo. Pass another IPA, bro. Bills Mafia. Oh, Beers and Buffalo. Crack that can. Bills Mafia, no table will stand. Football talk and suds start to flow.